This ride occurred December 1st, 2023, as I was out on my morning ride, and wanted to highlight some of the hazards that you run into when riding. And obviously with a bike that has very skinny tires, there's definitely some danger of roadkill, as well as you can find these very dangerous ruts that can grab your tire, throw you to the ground. But there are also good people that will give you plenty of berth and plenty of clearance before they drive by. The majority of people are like that, as you can see by the guy driving by. This guy maybe didn't give as much room for me as some of the others, but again, well within the limits of what I would expect. So as you can see, I have this keep an eye on this guy here. He actually is the one that's going to play a very important role very soon, as I'm hit from behind with no warning. Even though I have a rearview mirror on me, as you can see, it didn't do me much good because they came up on me immediately, and I didn't have a chance to I didn't even see them. And as I'm laying on the ground, groaning in pain, the guy in the truck that saw me stopped immediately, asked me if I was okay. Asked me if she hit me, and I said yes. And are you okay? And you need some help? I said yes, I need some help. And he identified himself as Ernesto from the GBRA, which is the Guadalupe Blanco River Authority. And he immediately called 911 and got me some help that I needed. I was very thankful to have him there, and I want to thank him publicly for his service to me and in checking me out and making sure that I was okay, or at least, making me as comfortable as possible. At that point, I just wanted to be able to speak to somebody, and he was definitely a good Samaritan to me, that's for sure. So at this point, not to necessarily belabor the fact that I was taken to the hospital and treated for some road rash and things like that, some minor scrapes, bumps, bruises, things like that. No major bones were broken. Well, no bones were broken at all. Didn't have any didn't black out. Didn't have any. There was no paralysis. That was the first thing I did was wiggle my fingers and toes just to make sure I was good. And from there, what I wanted to do though was more analyze what actually happened, meaning that I wanted to show how me having this GoPro was very beneficial because I was able to reconstruct what happened. But at the same time, say if we are aware on the street more often in the things that we do, then these types of situations will become less common, I would like to say. Now, obviously, this person did not stop. They did not check on me. They did not see if I was okay. They did not verify if I was, if I had even survived. They had no idea. They just knew that they hit something, and they took off. So unfortunately, that's becoming more common now than before, where people were more responsible for their actions. And I don't and that's why I feel that this situation it could have been much worse for me, obviously, had it only been just maybe a few inches over, and they actually struck me. Strangely enough, my bike actually was rather unscathed. The car hit me, not the bike. And so there was just a little scrapes on some of the areas that kind of hit the ground, but didn't. But I mean, other than that, it was no problem whatsoever. And I'm gonna have a future video on me repairing my bike to get it back on the road so I can start riding again. So, but what I wanted to show was, as you can see, there's a rear view, the side view mirror actually popped out of the holder when it struck me, as you can see it flying through the air, as well as when I was hit. Then I have several frames here of just catching where I saw that, like you can see the picture of the car itself and things like that. And I remember from just my recollection, I just saw a flash of white. That's all I got. I didn't get anything else. But obviously with the video, I get a lot more. As you can see, my head does actually either if it doesn't make contact with the pavement. I didn't have any scratches on my helmet, but if it did make contact with the pavement, it was probably pretty close. And even now, months later, my neck is definitely stiff and sore, and I suspect it's probably due to some post trauma things that were going on with the whole thing. I have problems with my knees now, and again, I have to pay for the hospital bills and things like that. But again, this is now something that is my health obviously is much more critical than any amount of money that needs to be paid for treatment and things like that. Thanks for watching, and I hope it was not too bad.